Hi, my name's Neil. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm an over 40 skateboarder who used to skate in my much younger years. I stopped in my teenage years for about 25 years and now I've been back again skating for about 5 years. And I've actually been YouTubing the whole thing on this channel. Restarting skateboarding again in your later years might sound like a familiar story to you, and if it does, hopefully you'll find some of my videos interesting. In today's video, I am continuing my look back at 2023 with a video looking at the month of May and the first few skate sessions that I filmed. If you've not seen any of the previous videos looking back at the past year, you might want to check those out on the channel. There's links in the description below, and also there's a playlist if you want to watch them all in one go. But right now we're looking at May, and May pretty much continued where April left off, of course. And if you saw the April video, you'll remember that I was doing a fair bit of vert skating at what is my regular skate park for vert, which is Skaterum Skate Park in Caterham in Surrey, which is just south of London. And that's where we'll pick things up now. This was a very similar session to the previous ones. What I'm generally doing in these vert sessions is just trying to get used to the ramp. It feels really weird compared to just mini ramps and bowls being so high up. The weightless feeling that you get when you get up to the top on the coping. I'm struggling with all kinds of things like the weightlessness, doing front side things, anything like that I'm not too bad at on a mini ramp. It's like learning all over again when I get on the vert ramp. As I said before, I've been doing it about 3 years now, which, you know, normally 3 years worth of skating I might have learned quite a lot, but my tricks are pretty limited on the vert, so I'm only generally doing the occasional 50-50 or axle stool, some fairly basic rock and rolls and backside slash grinds, and I'm really working hard to try and get some frontside slash grinds as well. So this session again, I just pick up battling the 50-50s, get a few rock and rolls in and some frontside kick turns, trying to get a frontside grind. And one thing you'll see at the very start of the clips is a good example of when I'm doing a 50-50, and sometimes getting the timing right to turn out again is pretty tough. And you'll see this clip where I turn out but perhaps should have bailed before I turned out, but actually I try to continue through it, and as I turn out my feet kind of fall away from me because I'm not leaning down into the ramp as I go, and you'll see that my back foot comes off and the front kind of kicks out and I go down onto my knees. This is quite a heavy fall from the top down onto my knees. It's not a controlled knee slide. I pretty much missed the whole wall and hit the bottom with my knees, and that's the kind of bail that you really don't want to do because it hurts a lot, puts a shock all the way up your legs. So it's a good example of an uncontrolled fall from the top onto my knees, and usually I would be bailing into the wall and knee sliding out quite comfortably. So you'll see a lot of comfortable knee slides, but that one was a good example of a really uncomfortable bail. So yeah, much of the same kind of thing as the last sessions. Unfortunately, it's pretty much all I can do, and maybe you'll notice over time if you're watching all of these videos, maybe you'll notice a slight progression in my vert skating, but it's mostly a head game and kind of feeling it out and just getting comfortable. It takes me a very long time to learn something new or feel comfortable, and even more so on the vert. So it's a real slow burn. Okay, the next session was at Better Extreme Skate Park in Barking. Tend to go here some Friday nights when I can't go to Bay 66 skate park. It's quite a nice skate park because it's indoors. You know, UK weather is pretty terrible, so both the skater and vert ramp and the Better Extreme skate park are indoors. They're dry, relatively warm, so it's a pretty safe atmosphere for a UK skater with terrible weather outside, usually raining, cold, and we get about 3 months of decent weather in the summertime. So when I'm at this skate park, I pretty much stay in the bowl the whole time. There's a few mini ramps, but they're not that good, and so the bowl is really where I focus my time. One great thing about this bowl is that it's a lot higher and steeper than the bowl at Bay 66, and so it's a great place for me to move those rock and rolls that I've been working on in the last few videos, move those on to something slightly bigger, a bit more of a challenge, working the way to finally maybe getting them on the vert ramps. So it's, I don't know, it's about 7.5, 8 foot high, and it's a great place to kind of get that intermediary between the mini ramps and vert. So I like to get started here with some 50-50 grinds. If you've followed my channel at all, you'll know that I quite enjoy 50-50 grinds. I feel quite comfortable with them, and that's kind of why it's one of the first things I learned on the vert ramp, because I feel more comfortable with them than anything else. So to get the feeling up, I get some 50-50 grinds in and just pumping around, feeling the shape of the bowl, getting used to the transitions, and then I set to work trying those rock and rolls. Now, if you've watched the last few videos, you'll see that it's a real battle for me on the extension in the Bay 66 bowl. And so taking it somewhere bigger is quite a high expectation, and the battle continues. It's really tough, and I just have to hammer away at them as much as possible with the hopes that slowly it gets into my sort of muscle memory and it feels okay and I feel more comfortable about it and I can just get on with them. So let's check that footage out. Okay, not too bad. Got really close with some of those rock and rolls, you know, so close it's infuriating, but that's always the way with me. I get to the point where I can literally taste it, but sometimes just can't quite get the roll away. And it's the same case that I've sort of been observing over the time that I've been learning these rock and rolls, is that it's so vital to get myself fully rotated, and it's just bringing my leading shoulder all the way around and pointing back where I want to go. It's so easy to say, but really hard to do in practice. And that's really the Achilles heel of my rock and rolls at this point. So stay tuned. Things have got to improve, surely. Hopefully, you know they will. And if you want to see the full video about my rock and rolls, there's a link in the description below. Yeah, I've done a complete video about the whole process of learning those. But anyway, let's continue on. And the next session was at Bay 66 Skate Park, my local place. And I had to get straight on in that deep end on that extension and hammer those rock and rolls again. I felt so close with them in the bowl at Better Extreme that it was really frustrating, and I just had to go straight back to Bay 66 and, you know, keep on hammering at them. The only way to learn anything is just to hammer away at them over and over and over again, and eventually, little by little, they start to make sense. So that's what I had to do. You know, there's a fire in my belly to get these rock and rolls. So I had to go back to Bay 66 and just hammer away at them some more. Then after that, I decided to get back onto the board slides in the shallow end of the bowl. I've been really wanting to get longer board slides, as long as possible, and getting used to going a long distance with a slide and staying balanced enough to come back out of them is something I've been really enjoying working on. So I worked on them some more, and also worked on some more of those slides around the corner. If you saw my first few videos, you'll see that I was really hammering those slides around the corner. I really want a nice board slide around the corner, and I need to get all the way around the corner before I'm perfectly happy. So there's so many bails. I'm not even trying to turn out of them unless I make it all the way around the corner. I need to work more on turning out of them. But for me right now in these videos is about getting the longest slide possible. So that's really enjoyable in its own right. But let's check that footage out. So there you go. Let me know if you think there's much of an improvement in any of that stuff from the previous videos, if you've seen those. If you haven't, maybe you want to go back and check those out and just see whether there's any kind of improvement. I'm not so sure myself, but you know, it's hard to look at yourself and notice any improvement. But anyway, I hope you're finding these videos interesting, just to follow along with my progress throughout the year. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, because you can follow along each video as they come along. You should get a notification when they're uploaded. But if you don't want to subscribe, fair enough. But if you could do me just one favor, just hit the like button, leave me a comment below. That would really help me in more ways than you could possibly know. So just tap that like button if you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll see you again for the next one. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. See you soon.